Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Brie.
We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with TV.
Check us out every Monday as we dissect motherhood, TV, pop culture, and whatever else derails the conversation.
It's like eavesdropping on your funniest, most unfiltered friends.
If your friends had a mic and no shame,
We're here for all of it, and honestly,
we're not mad about it.
hey Maddies, welcome back to another episode of Not Mad About It podcast. If you're new here, I'm Nikki, and I'm here with my best gal pal in the whole wide world, Brie. Today on the agenda, as always, we have Summer House, we have The Valley, we will get into it, and a new little treat for us. We have The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and there are 10 episodes total. They all dropped on Hulu, but just for today, there's plenty to discuss on the first 3 episodes. But before we get into that, Brie, I have not even told you about my day today.
Good or bad?
Not great, no.
Oh, no.
So I
Oh,
really
boy.
need this drink. I need this time with my gal.
Yeah.
So this morning, Leo's been sick all week.
Still?
Yeah, you know.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that Livy was patient 0.
Yeah.
Came,
probably.
she started with a runny nose, nothing really serious. Then gave it to Leo. I kept him out of school on Tuesday, then he was like, okay to go back, so I sent him. Today, we're all packed up. John's working. He's doing his plumbing today. I have all 3 kids in the car, made sandwiches. Took us like 2 hours to gather our things for the beach.
Yeah.
In the car, about to throw that in reverse. Leo goes, my throat hurts. No, I'm like, well, like, that's not good considering you've had green boogers coming out of your nose for the past, like, week and a half. So, yeah, we're not going to the beach. We're going
Oh,
to the
boy.
doctor. I called them. They were able to get us in, like, pretty much right away. So they're great.
That's
like,
good.
we'll hit up the doctor, and then we'll go to the beach. His ears look fine. I was pretty sure it was going to be an ear infection. She looks in his throat. She's like, it's a little red. So I have to swab him because he goes to nursery school, and he can't be
Oh.
around the other kids if, like, it could be strep. It's strep. It lit up in, like, 30 seconds.
No.
So then she's like, all right, well, like, you know, the other 2 are here, so it's very contagious. It's up
Oh,
to
no.
you whether or not you want to test them or not. And I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, yeah. So she checks Livy's ears. She's like, oh, she has an ear infection. I don't even need to swab her because she's on amoxicillin now. I'm like, okay,
Okay,
great.
great.
Strep and an ear infection.
Check.
Now it takes... Now Colin, like, already had seen what happened to Leo with the swab, and it's, like, not comfortable. He was hysterically crying. It took 3 of us to hold Colin down.
No.
Leo was hysterically crying. It was like, it was
Traumatic.
really, like, could not have gone worse. Colin has strep too, so
Oh, my God.
they're all on 3 different antibiotics.
No.
We're just posted up here. Had to break the news that we were not going to be going to the beach.
Oh.
So, yeah. But you know what? Better to get it over with this weekend than next weekend when we have family visiting and you're coming. So,
Nikki,
bang it out.
Such
Like,
a good point. Yeah.
antibiotics, we're going to be,
Knock it out.
knock on wood,
Yeah.
a million times, feeling
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So give me some good news. Lifts me up.
Good news. Did you see that there's going to be a Wicked live special, like airing?
No.
Yes, airing on. Perfect segue, by the way. Good news.
Yeah, literally.
Airing on NBC, and then the next day streaming Peacock. Right before I think the part 2 of Wicked comes out.
But like, no. Why can't we do something to hold us over until part 2?
Well, they just said the fall.
Okay, and what is it? It's part
like
1 live?
No. It's like a special. Hopefully, it's just like Ariana and Cynthia singing for 2 hours.
oh.
Like, that's all I care about. And maybe like
Oh
storytelling.
my god, I don't know what to expect. That's crazy.
So excited. And then Wicked Part 2 comes out November 21st. And we might have to try to make a weekend of that.
No, we are.
Like, maybe that's our Connecticut Girls weekend.
Yes.
'Cause
we
we
have to
need
meet
that.
halfway, yes.
Yeah, mamas
yeah,
need that.
because we do. We do.
Yeah. Wait.
It's what the doctor ordered.
Update for the Maddies. My 22-pound American Bulldog has begun crawling.
She's talking about her son. Wow, tie.
He's even trying to stand.
Well, we knew. He would just
I know.
skip. Like, he's ready to just go now.
He's so
How old
motivated.
is he? He's 9 months? 9 and a half.
Yeah, 9 months. He's so motivated now. Like, all he wants to do is move. So I'm like, okay. Like, I feel so much better about it. I was being so
did you-
dramatic.
Yeah, like, he
I
just...
don't know if he's ever gonna crawl.
No, he was, like, on all fours, just, like, doing his thing. Like, he was there.
He was there. Yeah. So now he is there.
He just had to find it within him.
I know. He
And
found
he was
it,
like,
you
oh,
guys.
I'm ready now.
Yeah. He's like, I'm good to go.
Got Mama nice
I have
and worried.
One more other super random funny thing to tell you. Do you know who the Liver King is?
No.
Okay, so it's like not super important, but he has
Like, is
like
he
an
related to Food God?
no,
Because
no,
that's
no,
where
no.
my... The Liver King?
Yeah, he's just like a freak. But he has, you know how Netflix does like those untold documentary specials? Have you
Not
ever watched
really.
any of them? They're
No.
usually really good, but he has
Sounds
one
like
that just
something
came
I
out.
would really like.
They have a lot of good ones. I'll send you like
Okay.
a list. But
Love it.
so Liver King has one. It was like really, this guy's a freak. He's nuts. He's a fraud. Doesn't matter. The important thing is he has a son. He has two sons. One of their names is Rad, and his middle name is Ickle.
I mean,
And
with
their
a dad named Liver King, can you really?
and their last name's Johnson. So it's Rad Ickle Johnson.
Oh my God. Do you remember when Amy Schumer named her kid, like,
Yes. What was
genitals?
it? Oh yeah, Gene Ital.
Gina Tell.
Wow.
That is so funny. Wow.
Rad Ickle. And when the kid like introduced
How do you spell
himself,
Ickle?
the other part of radical.
Do you think? Or is it
No, it is.
I-C-K? Oh.
They put it on the
Wow.
screen. Rad space ICAL.
Like,
And the,
you dumbass. Yeah, Rad Ickle. Like,
duh. And the other kid's name is Stryker Johnson.
Strike, and then is its middle name Or is it just Striker? No, for real.
It's Stryker. I can't recall the middle name because like Stryker Johnson is like.
Striker did.
I know. I was like, okay, is this guy joking? These poor kids.
How old are the kids? Like, Rad's, like, not a crazy name. Like, if your name's Rad, like, that's kind of
Rad.
fucking rad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But he introduced himself and he was like Rad Ickle Johnson, like
Grown
smirking. He's like 15.
Oh my God.
Crazy, right? And that's not even the crazy part of the documentary. Like,
Can
maybe
you tell me
should
what the
watch.
guy does, or will that spoil it?
No, so his whole thing is like
He eats
he's the Liver
livers?
King. He does like this ancestral diet. He had a big social media presence preaching about how eating liver and cow testicles and like raw cat hearts and bull food got him super big and jacked. He was like
Okay,
this big
so
jacked.
Andrew is now buying bull testicles on the fucking black market.
Well, no, the end of the documentary comes out where like he actually was taking steroids the whole time, and he says like, "I'm a
okay.
fraud. Like, don't listen to me."
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait, so crazy. You probably don't know this girl. It was like used to be a nurse.
Cottage cheese.
Yes. Wait, do you know about her?
I know about her.
Because she's on the gram too. Okay.
What's her name?
So, like,
Not like
Janelle.
Whitney. Oh, Janelle.
No, Janelle.
Yes.
God damn it, Janelle.
You shouldn't be hanging out with Kifa.
You smoking all that weed with Kiefer, Janelle. Hi, both of you hi. Oh my God, that's like your mom coming home. Can you tell that story or no? Okay, when me and Brie used to dabble with gardening, me and Brie were hanging out once, and her mom texted her, like, "Oh, what are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm with Nikki," and she says, "Say hi, High, to Nikki." And we were like, is she calling us out? So Donna, for the record, please
Comment
confirm
on our
or
post.
deny. Comment on the post and engage with us. Were
She
you
will.
calling us out for being high? That was really funny. But yeah, that
So
lady
funny.
Janelle used to eat like cottage cheese and like scoop out her peppers and put the cream cheese and everything, but the bagel seasoning. She had everybody out here eating like raw peppers. Crazy.
Wait, raw peppers are so good. With a
Not
little
as like a
hummus.
sandwich. A little hummus.
A little hummus.
And what's the other one? Tahini.
Tzatziki. Oh, tahini.
Yeah, so comes out that she's like selling all these programs, like counting her macros, which like true, like maybe she did do that.
Okay.
I'm sure
She
she
did.
did. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
she
she
worked
did.
out. But you also left out the part that you're taking a GLP-1 and
Yeah.
lost all this weight and you're selling weight loss help, but you're being helped with a drug. But then did you see her coming out? Like
No.
her confession?
Did she not care?
Posted on TikTok or Instagram and said like, go to my YouTube.
I
Like,
can't.
dude. Just say
That's why
it.
she didn't
like,
have a Patreon.
Oh no, and then people were yeah, really.
Seriously.
And then people were like ripping her, like
That
and
is
rightfully so
crazy.
for real, because that's like really wrong. Like you have to
Yeah.
refund people their money. You can't
Oh my God, taking people's money and selling them like this is how I got fit, you will
Right.
too. Even if you did do those things, you still have to say like with the help of.
Yes.
if they still want to buy it, they'll buy it. She had a cult following. People would have bought it regardless, and they probably would have bought the GLP-1s too. Do you know?
Promo code. God damn it.
That's funny. I just want to say one more thing that I don't think you care about at all, but I kind of care about. Did you see that it's being like alluded that Hilary Duff is coming out with new music? Do you care about that?
No. Like, I wouldn't say, like, I care about it, but, like, yeah, I'm interested to hear more. Like, do you know any more, or?
No, I care about it for one reason, and it's because the music today is, I'm such an old person, but we need more. I can't with sad girl music, emo music, like, I don't need a message. I need more songs like Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, where it's just like, meaningless, fun, a bop. Lyrics don't matter. Like, it could say anything. It literally has no meaning. There's nothing to, like, dissect. And I feel like that's what Hilary Duff is going to give us.
We need Ari, and I hope so. Yeah. Because I don't need sad Hilary Duff music. That's not what I need.
No, and, like, I don't need her, like, singing about her husband. I just need her to sing about, like, random stuff that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's catchy.
We need Ari back in her prime. Like, Seven Rings. That's,
Thank
like,
you,
John's
next.
favorite song.
So good. That whole album, what a time. Okay, we have a lot to discuss. As we mentioned before, I want to do a quick Karen Reed update for those of us that care, which is, I think, a lot of people that care and also do. So this week was not super groundbreaking, but I feel like the biggest thing that came out was that the prosecution called the person that did the autopsy for John O'Keefe. And in cross-examination, Aaron's lawyers asked her if she checked his body for injuries that are conducive with, like, being hit by a car. And she said she did check, and her findings did not result in, like, any sort of, like, car accident, being hit by a car. But she did say that he had, I think she said he had 2 black eyes, a laceration above his right eye, like a mark on his nose. His left or right hand had bruises on top. And cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. And then Alan Jackson was like, could you say that he would obtain blunt force trauma to the head by falling backwards, falling down, aka punched in the face, fell down? And she said, yeah, that's...
Holy cow.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, the fact that we're still going on with this trial, it's actually a waste of time and resources. And, like, John's poor family is still sitting and listening to this. And
I want to know what they think if they've turned.
I don't think that they'll ever say that they believe Karen.
I think they just really hate her, and it's
I think they just want it to be over.
Everybody online is saying that at this point, the only thing that the prosecution is really standing by, or that they have against Karen, is that she allegedly said, I hit him. Meanwhile, it's not in one report, never caught on audio. It's like not factually anywhere besides hearsay, and that's the only thing that they have against her. The other stuff is like that one hair on her car, one piece of glass. Like, Alan Jackson has been, like, disproving, like, throughout the trial how, like, that
would make any sense without it being planted.
So it's like, how is this trial still going on? Like, how are we? And also the feds are watching the case. Like, I'm very interested to know, like, what they see and what they think.
Were the Alberts on the witness stands last time?
They testified in the first trial.
Why do we only see Jen McKee? Why aren't we getting the Alberts yet?
Well, because the prosecution isn't calling them.
Oh, well.
Or hasn't called them.
Which is very sus.
You know, defense will.
Yeah.
For sure. And the jury was asked to, like, not make faces and stuff like that. Because they're probably hearing this stuff. They're like, okay. Sure.
Sure, Jan.
Seriously. Okay. Also, the other thing that they uncovered this week is that in the first trial, Brian Higgins did say on the stand that he ended up going to, like, the Canton Police Department after the party to do, like, administrative work at 1:30 a.m. during a blizzard, and they show him, like, he went to, like, move cars or something like that, because why would that be your responsibility? But now they have the footage from him at the police department. He went inside for 6 minutes, and he's on his phone practically the whole time. Which is the time when he allegedly, like, butt dialed Brian Alberts and, like, doesn't recall making those calls, but really,
and
like,
they see him on the phone.
They see him on the phone, and don't forget, like, he destroyed his phone.
Yes.
Their jury is probably just like going back and they're like, guys, what? Let's just we don't want to go through this anymore. Like we have our
Can
verdict.
Karen like sue them?
Well, I'm sure if the
For,
truth
like,
comes out,
defamation
I'm sure if the
and-
truth comes out, it's just so insane. I was talking to our friend Nikki about this, and I was like, assuming that this is a cover up and something happened in that house, how do you think Brian Albert's kids feel? Like they
were
were
they
in that
involved? Oh.
house.
That was his nephew, Colin, right?
I'm so confused. There's like Colin, there's Chris, there's like there's too many people related, but they went back to the house, I think, because like his kids were having a party or something like that.
Yeah.
And so like they were there, like they know what happened, and if any of their friends were there, they know what happened. They all have
Yeah.
to stay quiet about this just until the end of
Or
time.
maybe they don't. Maybe they don't know what happened. Somebody says that they don't think that it happened in the basement.
I don't know, but either way, Karen was outside for 10 minutes. Something happened in those 10 minutes. Like, for
Imagine-
sure.
Do you know it's so crazy? Like just the sequence of events that could have happened. Like had she gone into that house.
Wow.
You know, that night would just never
That's so
either
true.
she would have seen something bad happening and could have stopped it because
Yeah.
they would have seen her and stopped it, or like that's so crazy that like
So
one
crazy.
decision that's not even, she didn't do anything wrong by staying in the car, like one decision completely.
I know.
It's so
know.
crazy.
Oh, and also, I think the coroner also reported that, like, John O'Keefe didn't have frostbite, which he would have had frostbite if he was outside in a blizzard from 12:30 a.m. to 6 a.m., just being snowed, poured on him, which also goes to the theory that something happened and they dragged his body out way later.
But why did Karen say that he was, I know we said we were going to spend literally 2 minutes
I
on
know.
this, but why did Karen say that he was gurgling blood?
I don't know. I'm confused about that too.
Because
Or,
that would
like
mean
they
he's
heard
like
him.
pretty alive.
I know. I'm not sure. Maybe she was
Just traumatized.
hoping,
like just,
or just I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, so let's move on to not even something exciting to talk about, but it needs to be done. The Valley, you guys. I don't know what this was such a turning point for me and this show and this cast and these people. I've seen a lot of discourse online where I feel like people are loving it. And for me, I was watching this episode, I was like, are we serious? Is this really happening? What are we going to watch for the rest of the season? It was depressing.
yeah, very depressing. Like, it is hard for me to watch Jesse and Michelle scream at each other and fight with each other.
I
It's
know.
just so nasty. And watch Jack say, watch, the second that I leave the show, all the ratings
Oh,
go
I
down.
know.
Like, you know he's dying to say that.
I almost wonder, though, is he exaggerating, like, how upset he is or, like, his emotions for the show because he thinks he's making good TV? Because he said in the after show that, like, Michelle was very aware of how she came off in the first season, and he thinks that a lot of her actions in the second season are because she's just aware of, like, being judged and what people are going to say about her, and that's affecting the way she behaves. But I want to be like,
I mean,
you
I don't
too.
think she's behaving that great. Like,
No, she's not. She's not,
No,
but
like, I
people online are so team Jesse that it's crazy. Like, I'm team nobody. They both suck, but I'm not
Yeah.
team Jesse, like, at all.
I think, like, optically, like, if you're just watching, Michelle looks like a bitch, and Jesse looks like he's not being that bad of a guy. But I think that there's so much underlying. I think that what we're seeing is
if you can
Michelle
read between
lash
the
out.
lines, you could see how
Yeah.
insane Jesse is.
But I think that it's very obvious that Michelle is lashing out and yelling and being verbal and loud, and Jesse's just like quietly like, "Oh, you're a hooker." Like, he's saying it quietly so he doesn't look so crazy.
Exactly.
But it's like she's so explosive that it makes her look like crazy.
It's a
and, like, the one
manipulation
who's-
tactic.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
He's pushing her to that point.
Yeah.
So
the
for
way that they
people
could
to, like-
both push each other, like he said.
Exactly.
Like, she pushes him to such a point that nobody else can. And, like, we've all been in those relationships
Oh,
that
yeah.
are so toxic. And, like, that person just can do something to you that nobody else can
I
do
know.
in the worst way.
I guess I'll say one positive thing at the wine tasting, which is like where the episode starts, I think. Oh, well, like the breakdown in the freaking Sprinter van to get there
Oh, my God.
Like,
Jesse was wasted by the
wasted
time the morning started.
on a stripper pole.
And I'm like, maybe we don't, like, get out and, like, walk into the road.
Well, not even that. I was like, oh, great, the van's breaking down. Turn around and go home.
Yeah, right.
I was so shocked that they, like, moved forward with the winery. I was like, what? Guys, like,
Yeah.
this is your sign. Turn around.
Totally.
And it's funny that, like, Luke was telling the driver what's wrong with the car.
I'm
What?
seeing online that people are like obsessed with Luke.
No, guys.
Still not getting it. Like,
Not getting it
it's
either.
Not doing
I
it
guess
for
because he's
me
the most
personally.
normal and not
Right.
problematic.
Dude, Kristen fucking spitting like logic. Like, I was like, well, wow, Kristen.
That shows how far down we've come. Like, seriously?
That's, yeah.
She's the most reasonable
If Kristen's
person.
not the bottom of the barrel, then
I know.
like that's
It's a deep barrel. It's a very deep barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, but what I was going to say was that at the wine tasting, the one nice thing was that I feel like Brittany was actually like having fun, letting loose, laughing. And I did not foresee the rest of the night becoming how it went. But at the beginning, it looked like she was having a good time, which she needs.
Did Jax text her at the winery?
Oh my God, I don't know. He was just like texting and
I think he
calling her
did. Was it
all
at the
day.
winery? Oh no, it was at the dinner where she said like, "Oh no, it's nice." Like,
Yeah.
even if it's nice, it's fucking annoying and it's manipulating.
I think she
Like-
said on the after show eventually she ended up blocking his number.
As she should.
As she
but
should.
you know what? Like we said, it's a toxic relationship, and she
Yeah.
admitted that she needs help to find a way to
Deal with him.
prioritize herself and cut him off.
Yeah.
And
It's hard.
But poor Jasmine's girlfriend Melissa,
Yeah.
this poor woman is like, these people are actually not okay. Like,
Animals.
she's appalled.
I know.
Appalled.
As she
Like, she's on
should
the
be.
verge of tears on the couch outside watching them because it's like so crazy.
Yeah, so the wine tasting is like such a shit show. Even like the owners or the sommeliers come out, they're like, "Oh, are you so drama?" Like trying to make light of like just Jesse and Michelle screaming at each other, Danny being like so cringy with his wine tasting and like chugging wine, which I don't fault him for chugging wine. Like I've
Right.
been there.
He's excited.
You
He's
come
a little
late
bit
to a po-
old to
Yeah.
be like,
No, but it's like you come late to a party,
Right.
you're all fired up, you want to join in, you have a good time, you get a little out of hand. Like, okay, no big deal. Not surprised at all when they get back to the house that he passes out. We'll
Oh, yeah.
save that for 1 second. But Jesse and Michelle, when they get back to the house, they decide to go outside and have like an intimate conversation. And Jesse doesn't really apologize, but instead he says to Michelle, "Why can't you be happy for me?" I was like, "What? Excuse me? Why does
That's
he need
his
her to
big
be
thing.
happy for him?"
He actually said it several times. Like, you're so happy, right? You're so happy, but why aren't you happy for me?
Because she
And
hates
she's
you.
like, well, yeah, she hates you, and the person that you're with sounds
Yeah.
pretty awful, like threatening to sue the mother of your child. Like, and I think that he will stay with this woman for as long as
I don't think
it
they're together
drives
anymore.
Michelle. Oh, really? I was gonna say, like, as long as it bothers Michelle and hurts Michelle, he will do it.
I already think they're not together. I don't remember. He said it somewhere, maybe on Watch What Happens Live. I think they're not together. But one thing I did want to say that is kind of hypocritical is that you made a good point. Jesse's girlfriend is trying to sue Michelle, but Michelle doesn't want Isabella to be around Jesse's girlfriend. But meanwhile, she's like moving in with Aaron and like starting
it's
a
both
new
wrong,
life.
Yeah. It's both wrong. And Jesse doesn't actually like Aaron either. So it's like,
It's true.
you
But
know,
he
I was going to
tolerates
say,
him.
like, Michelle doesn't like the girlfriend. And, like, as a woman, I mean, I can't speak for what it's like to be a man, but, like, that's your child. So to give your child up 50% of the time or whatever the amount of the time it is to their father or whoever your partner is must be so hard. And then to know that they're with somebody else that, like, you don't trust and you don't want around them at such a young age that Isabella is, like, that
Yeah.
must destroy
Break your heart.
her.
I do want to say one thing about Danny and Nia. I
Yeah.
understand that Nia's trying to protect Danny. Like, he was blackout drunk. He fell asleep. It's so not a big deal.
So not a big deal.
But the scene of her going into his room when he was
Yes.
sleeping, I was like clenching my butt cheeks with awkwardness.
My little angel. Oh, my sweet little baby. It's okay. You want to take a nappy new? Okay. You tired? Daddy's tired. Oh, baby daddy.
She's like, "Are you going to finish your siesta? Are you going to come?" Like, he's in a coma.
Yeah. He's in a coma.
And
He's
everybody just kept asking, like, "Should we call Danny? Should we go get him?" And she's like,
like,
"No,
that was
that's
annoying.
okay."
Like, but that was annoying. Like,
It was annoying. They wouldn't drop it, but what sent everybody over the edge was at the dinner, everyone's like, annoying her about where Danny is because they were pissed that she wouldn't just say he was drunk.
But
She's
then
like,
say
"He's
it. Then
tired."
say that. Right.
Just say, like, just
then-
tell us the truth, Nia. He's drunk.
Yeah,
But also, who
but
cares? It's
I-
not even important.
But I think that they should all call her out. Why are you waiting until she gets up and leaves the table? And then I'm watching it too, and I'm like, are they not at the same table? They're literally talking shit about her, and she's
I know.
3 people down. Like, I guess they really didn't, like, they really couldn't hear each other. But I'm like, why wait for her to get up than to just say it to her there? If you're so hyped about it, Jasmine, if you're so hyped about it, Brittany, call
No.
her out.
They were just, like, really trying to have a moment after she left, which was the opposite of a moment. But I think what sent them over the edge was when they were playing, like, who's your hall pass? And Nia
Oh, that was
refused to
annoying.
answer. Okay. But then again, Nia, who cares? It's not a big deal. Danny's not even here.
Right.
It's just a game. And I could see Brittany's frustration, even though I don't think it was that big of a deal. Like, she is going through a lot. I could see why she got fired up. She just took it out on Nia,
Yeah,
like her own feelings.
I agree.
But it just,
it's
like, escalated to a point it didn't need to get to for over something so stupid.
right. Jax is like a drug addict.
Yeah.
Danny is like drunk.
And annoying.
Like, yeah, he gets drunk sometimes. Like, but like,
Yeah.
you don't have to equate the two. Like, just because you're in such a shit spot doesn't mean that you need to take somebody else down with you. I do think that Nia puts on this front that she's perfect all the time, but I also believe that, like, that might just be who she is.
It is.
Like, I remember working with this lady, and I thought that she was so fake because she was always like, "Oh, Miss Nikki," like, "Oh, oh," like, literally that was her voice, and I was like, "Why are you talking to me like that?" Like,
Yeah.
I thought like she was so fake, and then the more, like, I worked with her for years, and it's funny, I know my work friends are going to be listening to this and know exactly who I'm talking about.
That's okay.
But at some point, I was like, that's just who she is, like,
Yeah.
and that's okay. That's not who I am, but that's who she is, and I can choose to be friends with her or not be friends with her. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Wait, but they're all friends with Nia. They already know this is how she is. Like,
Right.
she's not, they didn't just meet her, they know her.
Yeah.
And also, her and Danny obviously have some sort of agreement with what they want to put on camera,
yeah.
right?
100%.
Like, and everybody either just needs to be okay with that because
Yes.
they're almost like the only normal people on the show, shockingly, besides, like, not even Kristen and Luke, because Kristen was such a mess the first season, being so, like, meddling so hard. But they do need Nia and Danny on the show just to, like, round it out a little bit. So people
Yeah.
either need to accept that, like, this is what they're bringing to the table and that just is what it is, or, like, I don't know, do it without them.
Yeah. But I, again, like, playing, like, I go back and forth because I do understand both sides. Like, the part of, like, Nia being, like, but then it goes against what I just said about her, that's who she is. But then again, it's not, because then she's in the party bus on the way there, and she's like, "Daniel, you listen to your wife, Daniel." Like, behind closed doors,
Yeah.
that's totally not who you guys are. So it
Exactly.
is super fake, and I'm sure that the friends have seen what they are like behind closed doors.
It's like
So
how
to
people
see
felt
them
about-
present. It's like, be for fucking real. Like,
No, it's like what
and
people say about Tom and Ariana, that, like, they have an
Yes.
agreement where, like, they put on a front in front of the camera, but behind camera, everybody knows the truth to their relationship.
Which isn't
not
fair.
saying their relationship is anything like Tom and Ariana. Obviously, like, they're married, they have kids. It's totally different, but everyone knows that there's this other side to both of them. But, like, they don't
Which is
want
like,
to put
fine,
that
let them be in
forward.
their marriage. Like,
I
it's not
know.
your marriage. What do you care?
I totally agree. And I actually did like how Nia just stormed right into that room and was like, what's the problem? Like, just say it.
I will say, nothing is worse than talking shit about somebody and them fucking walking in.
So
busted.
awkward.
Yeah.
But good for you, Neil. Stand up for yourself. I do see both sides. It's annoying, but it's also not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know where they go from here.
And if they're your friends, then it's annoying. Like, why do you want to see her look bad?
Or why don't you have a conversation about that on camera? Hey, Nia, we feel like there's another side to your marriage. We want you to know that, like, you could let your guard down. We're here for
Totally,
you.
yeah.
Like, it's nothing compared to what any of us are going through, but like, let's just make an agreement. To be honest, like, I feel like they could have a conversation with her about expressing herself and, like, maybe opening up more on camera.
Yeah.
We're all talking
But then I
about
feel like
it.
it would be a waste of air because she would just be like, guys, we're fine. Like, it's fine.
He's just tired. Which he
Okay.
was tired
Right.
and drunk.
Yeah. There's room for both.
I know. Okay, that's all I have on this
Yeah, let's wrap
mess
it up,
of a show.
please. Fall.
It is painful. Okay, Summer House.
Woo!
Banger of an episode. Like, I absolutely loved it.
So many little tidbits that I was just like, whoa, thinking of.
So much to dissect, and we're
So
going to have
much
to
to
do our
dissect.
best not to dissect it for 3 hours.
I know.
Which
We
is
gotta
going to
keep
be
it moving.
hard. But basically, the episode starts off right where we left off with Jesse and Sierra finishing their conversation on the beach, like getting back to being friends. And the one thing I want to say about that is Jesse tried so much harder in his conversation with Sierra to make her feel better and to get to a good place than he literally ever tried with Lexi when she was upset.
But can I say why I think that is? I think that Sierra demands like a certain level of respect that maybe Lexi doesn't. Like, I think that Sierra is like, you're not gonna come and like laugh it off with me. And that's why everybody's like, don't go in there laughing. Like, it's not funny. Like, and Lexi's like a little more aloof and like,
We're like going to take him back.
yeah.
Like, she'll
And,
forgive him.
Oh, and Sierra's like, once you cross me, I'm done with you. So he was
That's
probably
true.
so scared.
Yeah, he was so scared. I'm just so over Jesse. I'm so over
him.
Jesse and Lexi.
So
Did you notice like there was so many ads in this episode? Dunkin' Donuts. They just like got Dunkin' Donuts delivered.
Okay,
Just Donuts. Uber
I
Eats.
so shocked that Paige is a Boston cream girly.
Me too.
Shocked.
Because that's a
And she was
very
like, oh, I
specific
knew which one. I'm like, I could tell that you don't like Dunkin' Donuts because everybody knows what a Boston cream Dunkin' Donuts. She's like, I got it. I knew. Got it
Ew.
right. Which leads me to my next question. What's your go-to donut? Let's say at Dunkin'.
Yeah, chocolate glazed.
Chocolate glazed. And that's the one that's full chocolate. Oh, no,
Full
that's
chocolate.
Full chocolate. Okay,
Full
I always get
chocolate.
them. Right, not to be confused with chocolate frosted.
Exactly. It is confusing.
Okay.
Chocolate glazed.
You know what I love?
Rainbow strawberry sprinkles.
What?
Strawberry-
You think I like a strawberry frosted donut? Do you think my
Yeah.
palate is that of a 5-year-old? That's disgusting.
I feel like you and Sarah used to get those all the time.
Okay, we did.
Yeah. Like what?
Again, when we dabbled in gardening and our palates were much more expanded. No, I like a French cruller.
What?
Now that I'm an elevated lady.
A French cruller?
Yeah.
Nobody gets that. That's like for
My nanny
grandpas.
used to.
Yeah.
Literally.
There you go.
Have you met me? I
all makes
literally
sense.
got a new phone yesterday and Brie goes, your red receipts are on. I was like, can you teach Granny how to like turn them off? My friend had to teach me how to take a screenshot. Anyway, Paige's room was so fucking gross.
They always
Did you see
are.
that? No, like this one really took me back.
It didn't catch me off guard because I feel like Sierra's like the messiest person ever, so their room is always you can't see
Oh
the
my
floor.
god. It was disgusting. Disgusting.
Okay, let's get to the swim event. Everybody looked so gorgeous, really showed up and
gorgeous.
showed out. Obviously, Amanda was like just slaying
star.
it, but Lexi, that's
remember which one.
oh my god, she just looked like unbelievable. Like I think she had her hair like slicked back, her dress like she looked so like toned down and beautiful. But everybody looked great. I was so happy for Amanda. Shout out to this brand, South Moon Down, whatever it's called, because I've never heard them before. What a brilliant business move to jump on Amanda, give her the opportunity to learn the
And
insides
create, yeah.
and create and do whatever she wanted under their platform. They're probably
Totally. To
raking
win-win.
it in.
Yeah, win-win.
And also win for Amanda because it was probably slightly easier to get started than like
Right.
going about finding your own like shipping and manufacturers and
God.
products and material. Like to be able to have that opportunity, genius for that brand.
Yeah.
You guys are doing very smart, very smart.
Very smart.
I'm proud of Amanda. Nothing really happened though at the swim
No,
event.
she looked great. Other than the fact that she had to ask Kyle to introduce her.
I
Like, did
know.
he not? Did he realize it wasn't a lover boy event? She was like, "Are you going to introduce me?" Like, okay.
Like, he had no speech. I was surprised he wasn't like, I'm so proud of, like, there was no speech. Shocked but not shocked. Like, Kyle's a
It's
hot
not about
topic,
him, but
apparently.
yeah.
We don't want to piss off his fans.
Well, I don't care.
Okay,
Jesse
so
told Wes that he should shave his beard. That's
why
not a
would he
friend.
say that?
That's not a friend.
That's like saying he should go back to the haircut he had when he first came on Summer House. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
That's who?
Wes.
Wes, okay.
It was like shaved around his head and like long on the. It was so bad.
Well, that's like what's cool, like for these youngins.
No. He looked so good. And he only had a mustache, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bad.
No.
That was...
No.
Jesse was probably trying to sabotage him. Like,
Totally.
you're getting too hot right now. You need to,
Yeah,
you
like,
need to slow
you're
down.
looking too good. You looked like the villain last year. You just said how good Lexi looked, and I don't remember what she looked like at the event, but I did make note of how she looked sitting in the car with with Lindsay and Gabby. Lindsay, first of all, looked like a Kris Jenner Jr. in her blazer and her big black sunglasses. Like,
This was a
ready to
business
go
weekend for her.
ready to go to a business meeting. Yeah, she is celebrating the emancipation. She is ready to pop off. And Lexi is in this little sheen, slinky,
know.
like, thing. And I'm like, these girls could not be more different. Like, Lexi is about to have Lindsay is about to have a full-ass baby.
I know.
And Lexi is fighting with her boyfriend about whether or not he went to a 9:30 manicure. Like, maybe we do need two shows.
We do, but I
Because-
think that Lindsay loves Lexi because she's like just drama.
And she
Lindsay's
just loves
living.
it. Like, she
loves
just gets
it.
to watch. Like, and
Oh
she's
my God.
always there. Lindsay's never leaving a room when Lexi's in it because she knows it's popping off.
What a dream that Lindsay's living right now. She's so far
Incredible.
removed from it, but she still has to like bring it back to Carl. We'll talk about the dinner at the end.
Yes.
But the juxtaposition of Lexi in the car with Lindsay and Gabby, and then Jesse in the car saying like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna
Oh my
make
God.
Lexi my girlfriend," and Lexi immediately is like, "So yeah, so I have to like end it with Jesse." Like, I was actually shocked when she said that she was going there to break up with him. But then I was
not.
like, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but is she ending it with Jesse because she knows it's the last weekend of filming and she's trying to make a moment for herself? Like,
Oh, I'm sure she wants it on camera.
She
She's
wants
not
it
going to
on-
break up with him
yeah.
off camera. Like, she wants to
So
look
true.
like the
hero.
not hero even. That's like what I was gonna say.
Like a
but,
strong
like the
woman.
one on top. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the one on top.
she's deciding, and
She's
she
putting her
wants it to
foot
be
down.
on camera. Yeah.
Yeah. But like she would have had that
Let's-
movement last weekend when she broke up with him.
The first time
Yeah.
or the second time?
No, the first
or the
time.
third time. Yeah.
Like that was the moment.
Let's talk about the breakup and the wording that Miss Wood used in said breakup.
I was shocked. Like she
First of all,
was
so awkward.
so awkward.
So awkward.
So awkward. But when she said like you took the light
I
out
wrote it
of
down.
my eyes.
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Her light is slowly dying. She doesn't trust people anymore the same way that she used to trust them in the beginning of the summer. And she's tired of teaching him, which she said several times. Like, I cannot believe that he didn't, like,
Laugh.
he did laugh when she said, like, the light inside of me
I
is
know.
dying.
Nikki, you know that like her mom and sister, they were 100% practicing this script
Okay,
right
I'll be
before
Jessie
she
now.
left.
You're you. Practice again. Your light is slowly dying. Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
But when Wes or somebody was like, why didn't you go hang out with her? Like, why'd you get your nails done? And he was like, I just couldn't hang out with her mom and her sister one more time.
No, it's so wrong. It really
It's
is
so
wrong.
crazy.
Why are you getting mad at Jessie for not wanting to come over and hang out with your mother, your sister, and your best friends? Why do you want him there? Why?
Because she
can't you
has like
just-
codependency issues, obviously, Nikki.
But
like,
that's weird.
I know, but she needs a partner that's just gonna like come along with her and do whatever she wants.
Do you know who might be great for her? Jason Tardik.
Oh my god! But
I could so see him being
is he
like,
not too
so-
cheesy for her?
No, I feel like she would love it.
Yeah.
And they
He's
can like talk
nice.
about like,
Business deals.
oh yeah, like modeling.
Oh my
like,
God, like-
spiritual. Like I feel like she's super spiritual, which I didn't know about her really. Like the
Yeah.
way that she was speaking was like, and we don't align.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's just
but
like,
that's just like Gen Z talk.
yes. And as Carl was saying, like we have these beige flags now. Like what the ick? Like why can't we just call it a turn off? I don't know what a beige flag is. Do you?
A beige flag. That would be good, right? Or boring? Is that like, oh, boring flag?
No idea. I know red and green.
Yeah. And yellow.
What's a yellow? Oh, the yellow flag is like
Not
right,
great.
like,
Yeah.
in traffic light order.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah. It's
Youth, help us out. Nina.
Yeah, like, you could stop here, or you could keep going.
Okay. A beige flag, I think, is something that is like, kind of like a green flag, but it's like, oh wait, because there's also another kind of flag. Whatever.
There's too many flags. It's not important.
Yeah, it's just, let's just
Yeah.
speak like normal people.
I know.
Yeah, that was actually a crazy breakup.
But I was happy that it happened. My favorite part of the rest of the episode was that, like, Jesse gets dumped, goes to where the guys are, immediately he's like, Wes, I need to just go away for a second. So relatable. Like, you can't even focus. You need to go talk to your best friend. And then one by one, everybody starts to trickle into the room. Like, that was exactly how it would happen in a share house.
Totally.
For sure. It's like one person goes in, it's like, oh, where's Brie? Oh, okay, let me just go check out. Let me go make sure that Jesse's okay. And everybody enters the room. I loved it.
Were the only people not there Lindsay, Gabby, and Lexi?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's
but you know
so
what?
awkward.
That's like, aside from those three, like, that's the crew that I love. Like,
Yeah.
Amanda, Wes, Jesse.
Yeah.
Like, I do think Jesse even fits in. Like, do I like him? No. But, like, I think he's great for the show.
I think he's great for the show. And he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, he
doesn't
cares
get it
how he's
either.
coming off, but he also is like, whatever. Like, it rolls off his back. It's not like eating him alive, like hate that he's getting online.
Well, because he also lives in a different reality than we all live in.
True. Fair. And he's getting paid.
Yep. Yep. Good for him.
So true.
Let's talk about the dinner, please.
The freedom dinner,
In my hands.
iconic. Like, this is going to go down in history as like one of the greatest moments on
yes.
Summer House. Lindsay is so relentless. Like, and then they actually said on Watch What Happens Live.
So funny.
That, like, she wouldn't let it go. Like, she was like, yeah, my freedom dinner. And they're like, okay. And they would just start moving on. She's like, yeah, so back to my freedom. Like, she could not let it go. God. So
West
funny.
Turned into a tomato when he was like, oh, I saw your post. She was like, yeah, and? His face immediately was like red.
No, and he ran outside. He's like, okay, Kyle, I'll come outside with you.
He was like, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you need to clean the pool? Oh, okay, sure.
That's the thing about Wes, though. Like, he can't handle 1 second of confrontation.
Oh, no.
So, like, his comment didn't land. He has to remove himself because it's too much for him.
And it's just written on his face. Like,
I know.
So funny. Yeah, she
so funny.
reamed into him, but also just quickly on Carl. Like, Carl was giving a more acceptable Jax Taylor in the sense of, like, Jax Studio City merch all the time.
Oh,
it's like,
God, I know.
Bro, we get it. Soft bar's opening. You come with the car. Now you're coming
need
with
the
the
money.
subs. You're coming
I
with the
know.
hat. Like, it's just, like, very overkill. And then we have Lover Boy. It's like,
So
these
much
people
brands.
just use this as their, like,
Launching pad.
yeah.
As you
Which, I mean,
should.
that's good for them, but, like...
It's funny, like, it doesn't bother us with Amanda. We're like, you go, girl. Like,
no.
get that money.
And even with Carl, it doesn't bother me the way that it bothers me with Jax, because Jax is just, like, the worst. Like, Carl, I'm like,
Jax.
yeah, you know what? Like, yeah, you are doing soft bar, but it's, like, a little, like...
It's a little
like,
much.
the soft bar van open, like, comes in. It's like, all right,
My business partner.
Is a helicopter next? Like... Got it.
I know. It was a lot. What did you think about when Carl was, like, just, like, ripping into Lindsay for, like, 3 seconds before the dinner and everybody got quiet real quick? Like,
Somebody
talking about
said
the post.
that his mask was falling. Not on the show. Like, I was reading it online. I'm like, no, I actually think Carl is genuinely a changed person and is trying
Yeah.
to
move on.
And to, like, not give Lindsay his energy. Like, but at some point, you need to cool it.
I know, because Lindsay's obviously moved on. She's pregnant. She's having a baby. But she also hasn't, because she's, like, made it
Obsessed.
somewhat of her mission to, like, make Carl look bad. So I could see why Carl's at his breaking point where he's just like, oh my God, like, it's so much. Like, now we're celebrating your freedom from me. Like
You were
really?
a slave, yeah.
Like, and I'm right here. Like,
yeah. Did he eat the dinner, you think?
probably.
Or did he eat
like,
his sub?
oh, maybe he pre-subbed. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He pre-subbed. But the dinner, when she made her speech saying, like, thank you, Carl, for setting me free. Like, best thing that ever happened to me. And they're like, what was with the timeline, though? And she's like, I'm proud of everything I've accomplished this year.
It was so funny. They're like, all right, you could have said, like, got pregnant, 2 magazine covers. Like, you could have left out the 2 magazine covers, like, in the month of October, but okay. Oh, are we going to get a second year anniversary, too?
Oh, my. Well, she's probably not going to be on the show.
I can't wait to see. Oh, I also saw something that Jesse said that he was on an interview for some podcast, not ours, but he said that the announcement isn't like groundbreaking.
I know. It's probably like someone's moving. They're moving out of the city or something like that. Like something so dumb.
Maybe Amanda got a house in, maybe Amanda got a house in New Jersey.
Oh, I hope so. I hope she got her house.
You know
or the Hamptons. Yeah. Like she's got a summer house or
But her
something.
parents live in Jersey, right?
Oh, yeah, true. I did want to say, though, because we talk now every week about, like, splitting of the shows, and we're talking about, like, casting and stuff like that, and how West and Jesse are obviously staying on Watch What Happens Live. Like, Andy did make a comment, like, well, we'll see you guys, like, this summer. And they were like, will we? Like, we don't even know what's going on. He's like, well, yeah, like, you guys will be there. So it was kind of weird.
And the summer's, like, here.
In 2 months for them. We were saying how West probably has 100 friends. And we were talking about offline, like, should they bring in more guys, more girls? I think that West is probably really good friends with, like, an ex-girlfriend, or he's the kind of guy that has, like, a best girlfriend that's just really cool.
Totally.
Gets along with so many guys. Probably, like, cute.
Imagine he brings Brianna chicken fry.
Honestly? Nikki?
She wouldn't vibe with the girls, though. I could see them thinking, like, she's...
None of them might, like, seriously, none of them might be there.
True.
She's also busy, but I would not be mad about that. Seriously, that's a good call, but it would be weird because they hooked up. But,
yeah, but, like, I could see them just being like, it was a hookup and, like, not
we were drunk.
being
That would
crazy
be
about it, yeah.
so good. And, like, her bring, like, some of her friends. Wow, now that's a show.
Dave Portnoy can come for one weekend.
Oh
do,
my
like,
God,
a bar
that would be funny.
stool.
Take over.
Just saying.
Yeah, that would be really
I
good,
did want to
Nikki.
tell you my... Remember I told you I had a Tom Schwartz
Oh, yeah.
idea? Okay, I texted Brie. I didn't tell her what it was because I had to say it here. My idea
Breaking news.
for Tom Schwartz. We were saying, what's next for him? He's going to go and feed Lisa Swans and just be her butler. I think a great show on like Hulu or Peacock would be that Lisa and Tom link up. And it's almost like The Simple Life, where he's trying out different jobs to find one that fits for him, and Lisa's the one setting him up with these people to do these jobs. Schwartz is just like tasting this job and tasting this job as like a funny little thing. Nothing that'll really land him a job.
Yeah. Like Crappy Lake.
Yeah.
Nikki, that's such a good idea. I love that. Lisa, producer credit right here.
Please. Just a few bucks. Just a few bucks.
Or just like a repost or something.
Some groceries for the week would be nice.
We need medicine for
Organic
antibiotics.
berries.
That's such a good idea. I seriously love that. That'd be so entertaining.
Thanks.
And people would be into it. And Lisa would be just like, she loves to like talk shit and like, rip
But it
these
would
guys
be
apart.
even like dumb shit, like literally like a Simple Life, like picking up
A
pig
plumber.
shit at a farm. Yeah. Like doing things that like normal people do.
Stocking shelves at like a grocery store.
Maybe something a little more exciting than that.
It'd be like 10 minutes. Okay, the soup's up.
Awesome. Actually, the Pantene's not on sale this week.
Swap those coupes, please.
But,
Back
all
to
right.
Summer House. Kyle didn't know what the ick was, but his deep V blue polo shirt was the definition of the ick. He was wearing that in his confessional talking about what is the ick. I was like, you're just look
You.
in the mirror. You.
Waka waka.
Here it is. Okay, that's
Jed,
what
when
we've got in
Sierra
Summer
was like,
House.
yeah, the ick was when we found out that you started DJing. That's like the same feeling. So fucking funny. Yeah, whatever. And then like Sierra and Lexi like kind of get into it, but like whatever. I just want the reunion. I'm really just ready for the reunion.
Oh, but what I was going to say, because I watched Jesse and Wes on Watch What Happens Live, and Jesse and Lexi have done so many podcasts and so many interviews during this season that I don't even know what we're going to get out of them at the reunion that we even
Right.
care about. Like, Bravo needs to put like a gag order on these people
Totally.
that they can't talk about what's happening on the show. Like, maybe go on right before the reunion and
Right.
tease what you're going to get into. Watch What Happens Live lost its sparkle because every question Andy was asking Jesse, I've already heard him talk about 6 times. And
Yeah,
even like
every
I could tell
interview's
Andy
the
was getting
same.
pissed. Every interview is the same. Andy was getting annoyed because I guess a couple days prior, Lexi and Tinks were on together. Mm-hmm. And apparently Tinks slid into Jesse's DMs before, and Lexi like has beef with Tinks. And Jesse said this on Watch What Happens Live.
the
And
filming?
Andy, yeah, and
Because
Andy was
I
like,
did
"That's
see that they were like kind of weird.
oh well." Andy was like, "That's weird. I didn't know that." But I could tell that Andy was like, "Why didn't I know that? Like, why didn't we bring that up on my show?" Like, I could just
Right.
tell he was like annoyed. That would have been important information
Yeah.
to like discuss on here. And then Jesse's like,
Wow.
"Oh, well, I just did Tink's podcast and we talk about it a little bit on there." And I could just see Andy's blood boiling. Are you kidding me? Your loyalty lies here. You talk
Yeah.
about that here.
Daddy gives you the paycheck.
Yeah, like Lexi and Tinks talk about that here on my show. So like there needs to be some sort of change moving
I
forward.
agree with you.
Because it's just like annoying. There used to be an illusion of like, are they together? Did they break up?
Yes.
What happens? And like we knew they broke up before the season started.
Yeah.
We knew they hooked up before the season started. There's too much information getting out there, and it's just like annoying. Okay, that's all I have
I
to say
agree.
about that.
Which leads us into Mormon Wives because I've seen that Nick Vial has all of the girls on his podcast.
Of course,
And
it
it's
does.
I wish he would have like spread it out more. He had what's
Miranda.
the new girl's name? Miranda. I
Yeah.
always want to call her Mackenzie. Miranda and
She looks like a
Demi
Mackenzie.
and her husband. And then he said like he had a bunch of other people coming up. But like I wish it was spread out more. Like I don't need to hear them all say the same thing.
But I guess
all
for
the
them,
week
Nikki,
that Mormon Wives comes out.
I was gonna say the whole season drop, so he could do it because like people are gonna binge it all before these interviews even come out,
I mean, I guess, but it's just
or
a
they'll
lot.
come back
Like,
to it. It's a lot, but like they're doing press, I'm sure. Also, I was gonna say they obviously started filming this season when they were doing press for last season's finale because like Whitney was still pregnant at the beginning of the season, and we saw
my
her
God.
doing press.
Her baby is so cute.
So cute.
Like Karen and Paul's. Like perfect
So
little
cute.
beautiful baby. Oh my god, that baby is perfect.
He is a beautiful baby.
Oh my god.
I wanted to start with the opening credits. So when they're all coming out of the water, are they coming out of a swamp? Is this like some allegory or like a secret message? Like,
It's
where are they
baptism.
walking out? So it was. It's a,
Yes.
am I dumb?
Yeah, they're like being baptized.
Let's just jump to Taylor and Dakota and the family lunch because what
That
the fuck was that?
painful. That was painful.
Seriously,
That
what was that? Really sad. My heart was breaking for Taylor at this freaking lunch that it almost seemed like it was like an intervention for Taylor, an intervention like Forgive Dakota lunch.
For what reason though? She owes him like yes, they have a child together. To me, what he did isn't that big of a deal. But
I
like
agree.
Taylor has such deep rooted trust issues and like I feel so bad for this girl and you saw
I
it when
know.
she was talking to Miranda like she feels dirty from what she did with the whole swinging thing. Like she
Totally.
feels like a nasty disgusting human being who she cannot forgive herself for that.
And I think she's upset that her marriage fell apart because of it. I almost think she wishes she could go back to life before that ever happened with her husband and her kids.
Yeah. And I was listening to Miranda on Nick Vial, and she was kind of just like saying like the same thing. She feels really disgusting about the whole thing, which that's your thing. No shame and like do what you want to do. But like for them,
Totally.
it's like I don't think that she will forgive herself. And then she had sex with Dakota, and she again feels like trash. Like she just feels like she's being used to have sex with and throw her to the curb. Like she is nothing more than just like a physical thing for these men. And she feels that though. And she needs to like let that go. I feel so bad for her. And her sister was the only one spitting facts.
No, but then
and, like,
for
being
she's
normal.
saying that's how she feels, and then her dad to like agree.
Yeah,
with
well, like, why
her-
would you let him do that? That's like blaming a woman for being raped because she's wearing a short skirt. Well, you asked
But
for
why
it.
would you say
Why
that
would you
to
do
your?
that?
Why would you say that? Like she's really struggling. She's being so open and
Mm-hmm.
honest about how that was like such a dark time, and I think because they feel like what she's upset with Dakota about isn't a big deal. They're just like move on. It's not a big deal. That I don't
But
know
it's
why they
deeper than
decide to
that
throw
for
that
her.
in her face. I think, one, she's upset with herself, but two, she's been looking for a reason to break up with Dakota
Yeah.
since
And
she
now
was
they have a
pregnant.
kid, so it's harder. Yeah.
So it's harder, but I feel like now she's like, she still won't let it go because she's still looking for an escape. She's looking for it out. And I
Yeah.
think she wants one person to say, and I guess
It's
Macy
okay.
has said it, but one person to say, like, it's okay, just leave him. Like, it's enough. Like, she does not like him.
Yeah.
Like,
You
she
don't
doesn't
have
like
to stay
Dakota.
with somebody because you had a baby. It's
Totally. Like, just, and he makes her feel guilty, and he could tell that she doesn't like him, and he's making it so much worse. Like, let her go. And which is kind of what the sister said, like, drop it here. Like,
yeah,
let it
I
go.
think you guys need
Separate.
space. Stop pushing them back together. Especially, maybe they will come back together. You know, that could be the hope that for their baby, maybe they
Yes.
can find a way to resolve it. But maybe they don't. And right
And now is not the time. Yeah.
They need space. And they'll
Totally.
never get together if you force them together right now. I thought the parents were absolutely disgusting. I thought it was awful.
You know who's Taylor's mom reminds me of?
Who?
Monica's
Abby Lee.
mom from Salt Lake City.
Yes.
With, like, her facelift and her work done and just
Totally
trying so
toxic,
hard to be
ready
on
for the
camera.
It's like, woo. Yeah, totally.
Like, inserting herself in the drama, befriending Dakota. Like, that is
Also,
literally
like,
Monica's mom.
the way I feel like the way that Taylor cries is so painful. Like,
I know.
she's gasping for air. It's so upsetting. And like,
It's such a hard cry.
their baby is like sitting there, and the
I know.
mother doesn't think to like maybe get up with the baby and let them continue the conversation, or like say like, hey, Ever's here right now, maybe we don't do this right now. Like, why would
She
you
obviously
invite
grew up
this
in a
guy?
very toxic household. And, like,
Yeah.
she just has a lot of, like, self-work to be done. But she's looking for somebody that she can latch on to, that's some sort of normalcy or somebody she could depend on. Like, she doesn't have... That's why I think she does want her friendship back so bad with Miranda, because she
hope
needs
that they
somebody
do.
on her side
Yeah.
that, like,
And when they were
understands
talking,
her.
Yeah, I really hope that they do. When they were at
Me
the
too.
fair or wherever they were talking,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like they really do care about each other, and I hope
Yeah.
that they can somehow find their way back. Maybe it won't be exactly the same, but like obviously like we wouldn't swing with our husbands, but like I could not imagine not being friends with you. You know, it's like
I know.
like I don't think like anything could not make us not be friends. And if that happened, like
But I
I
think
feel like
that's
we
why...
would find our way back to each other somehow. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
I think that's why Taylor's coming in with, like, her tail between her legs, where everybody came to, like, gang up on Miranda. Like, what are you doing here? We know why she's back, guys. She wants the paycheck. Like, we're not stupid. It is what it is. Like, let her back or don't. And I think that's why Taylor was, like, the first,
I'm
like,
happy
it was a
she's
gang
here.
up for Miranda, and she was like, no, please. Like,
Yeah.
she was the first one to try to make amends.
Okay, I also
She
want to
needs
talk
her.
about the gang up of it all. I think Demi and Jesse are such shit starter bad friends. Like, why
Bullies.
do you guys care so much what happened between Miranda and Taylor and their husbands? We need to get to the bottom of the swinging.
Who cares?
Actually, no, you don't. No, you
They're
don't.
trying
Focus on
so
yourself.
hard for the camera, Nikki. Like, they're putting
We
it
need
on.
the truth. No, you
they're
don't.
putting it on so
Not your
much. They think
place.
they're... Because people love them the first season, so they think they're giving the people what they want, but you guys look like the biggest bullies, the biggest mean
Mean.
girls. That Halloween party, when Jessie
they
said
did
she
to Jen.
invited all those people, and then with the Chippendales, I was like, I don't want to see this. Like, I actually don't want to watch this party, and everybody's just, like, going
That was
along with it.
mean.
It was so sad. It was so
mean. And she's like,
sad.
I wish I didn't invite these people. Like, this is exactly what you knew was going to happen.
And the crazy part is, like,
Exactly
none
what
of
you
them drink. They're drinking soda. There was, like, a soda bar. I'm like, so you're all sober, just attacking each other and making each other
Or on
look
ketamine.
bad for TV. But almost what was harder to watch was when Zach... So Zach, like, comes back right away with Jen, like, the first episode. And again, he's back. He left medical school because Jen's making money. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have
He
to
didn't leave
work.
medical school, by the way. He's on a 1-year leave. He's going to go back to medical school.
No, but he's here for the money.
Yeah, if I have to hear him say that he's supporting Jen one more time, I will stab myself in the eye.
He's terrible. And he actually said to Jen, like, when they were having that first conversation, he was like, regardless of what you did, I have to stand by the words that I used. But it's like, she didn't do anything wrong. So it's not regardless of what she did. That's not an apology. You're still saying, like, even though Jen fucked up, like, he has to live with what he
Which
said.
he didn't.
Which she didn't.
Jen was pissing me off though because she was like, "You're not listening to me. You're
Yeah.
not listening to me." And I'm like, "Okay, but it's like
It's a
not
two-way
all
street.
about you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like my feelings come first. Like, no, they don't. Like,
They don't.
actually, your feelings are both equally valid.
Valid.
Like, and
I
I know
agree.
he messed up, but like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work. Like, and they didn't reach out to me, and they're bad friends. Like, I feel like she's pushing the blame on everybody else, and like
She
not
was.
taking any accountability for anything.
But I also feel like she's another one that she's putting on this side for the camera where she's trying to portray this like, I'm a strong, independent woman. Like, even though I'm a Mormon, I'm not going to let him walk all over me. I'm not going to let my friends walk all over me.
I looked weak last season.
She's putting it on like too much. And it's like,
Yeah.
just take it down a notch. I do have a soft spot for a Jen, though, at the end.
Brie. Okay.
So we watched the
That
first 3
was-
episodes.
yes.
At the end, Jen is like, she's just like upset, like having a bad couple days with Zach, her friends ganging up on her, everyone embarrassing her, her friends like taking Zach's side over hers, which was crazy. And everyone's like trying to make Jen look bad, including her husband. They're all like basically saying like Jen's a liar. Anyway. And then she's like, I'm 10 days late. I'm going to take a pregnancy test. Another ad for Clear Blue, by the way. They like zoomed in on the Clear Blue test. She's pregnant.
She was not happy. Like, just from the I mean, obviously she wasn't because she was hysterically crying, but
I
like,
know.
I can relate to being like, she just said like she was scared. Like, when I found out I was pregnant with Liv, I had 2 kids under 3 or 3
Yeah.
years old. Like, you know, like, especially when her baby is young. That baby
Young.
was in diapers young. Like,
No, he's like 6 months
looks
old.
like
He
Ty's
looks
age. Yeah, like younger than Ty.
younger than Ty. Yeah.
And
he
so,
looked
like,
really
to
little.
then go back into that when you're not even in a good place with your husband, like, it's so scary. I felt so bad
I
for her.
know.
And that's not the feeling you ever want to feel, like, when you find out that you're pregnant, is like,
I know.
being sad or being scared. So,
Like,
like,
not
I
excited.
really, really felt bad for her.
I
But
really
you
felt
know,
for her.
She will come around and,
Of
like,
course.
feel better. But, like, it just sucks, like, that, you know, like, I was just sad and scared because I had 2 little kids and no
Yeah.
money. Like, her marriage is falling apart.
Everything in her life is up in the air. Like it was really hard to watch. Back to the Halloween party for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who that guy Chase looked like?
Who?
Taylor Lautner,
A little bit.
but like 6 feet tall. I was
Yeah.
like, who is he? Who does he look like? Oh my god, he looks like Taylor Lautner.
A little bit. He was a lot cuter than I thought he was going to be.
Same. And I was gonna
But
say,
then he
look-
started talking, and I was like, oh, no, actually.
Oh, loser. Wait, but when first of all, what a fall from grace. Loved Demi first season. As soon as the season started, I was like, oh, I immediately don't like you anymore. I can just tell you are like on a nasty
Nasty.
vibe. Nasty girl. And when Chase, like, even though the guy Chase did walk by her and was like being condescending, like, where's your husband? Egging her on, when she just like runs upstairs and she's like, Chase put his hands on me. And
Oh.
Brett, this old man, like this almost 50-year-old man in a Chippendales costume, runs outside to start a fight with him. I was like, these are high school kids. You're like
So
a dad
crazy.
coming out to fight with a kid. Like, loser.
Well, Brie, I texted you about just the whole cast in general. I'm like, they're like a mix between like cool, like pretty girls and like the Amish. Like, they act so, I want to say weird, but it's just like different, you know?
Immature.
Yeah.
Nikki,
it's
they're in
very
high
strange.
school.
Yes.
It's
they act
very
like high
immature.
schoolers, yes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Taylor at the Halloween party though was fucking, because last year we didn't see her like that. She was very
true.
subdued because she was pregnant. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that that was like fiery Taylor. Like, and
Yeah.
she was like, and F you.
I know.
And F you this. I'm
She
like,
was pissed. That was the old Taylor.
as she
for
should
sure.
be, because like, why is Dakota up this guy's ass who's against his girlfriend?
Because Taylor's mad at him for lying, so now he can throw back in her face that she was lying about something that she has trauma over. Okay.
Because she had a sex dream. Oh my god, she had a sex dream.
It's like you already know what
No.
she did. I know. Like, you never told me that. It's so not important
They're
to the story.
acting like
I
they
know.
were like swinging from the chandeliers, having sex with like monkeys off the street. Like, they made out with their friends. It's like not the craziest thing.
Yeah. And they
I
like
mean, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, like
they
but-
like did things with their partner like
Yeah, they didn't like have sex
all
with
together.
each other.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
they,
I
when
know.
you think of like a swinger, you think
know.
of like
crazy stuff.
no,
It's like not as
giant
crazy
festivals
as
of
yeah,
people.
It's not that crazy, but I was
like,
very
guys, chill.
disappointed in not Jessie like was kind of a mean girl shit stir the first season, but she was still like funny and broke the ice. But I was really disappointed in Demi. And I guess, like, the rest of the season, like, somebody makes I think an accusation gets brought up that, like, her husband cheated on her. And Jen was alluding that, like, maybe she cheated. I don't even
These people are
care.
messy.
They're so messy.
Oh, by the way, another messy Jessie. Every show we watch has a messy Jessie.
Messy Jessies all around. The other thing I wanted to talk about, well, Michaela was talking about how basically she thinks a lot of her skin and like autoimmune issues are coming from she has so much childhood trauma, trigger warning, sexual abuse for years over extended period of time when she was really young. But actually what's crazy is that I think she said it kind of stopped around 14 or 15 and then she got pregnant when she was 16. So she's with her husband, who seems like a nice guy, but he was 21 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like she's still trying to understand and grasp like what happened to her and then immediately has to become a mom and never dealt with it. So it's almost not shocking that her body is like working against her and freaking out because it's like, hello, like we have to figure out what's going on here. Like, are you going to help me? Like, I think she has 2 kids and she's pregnant right now. Like, post show, I was so sad. I felt for her so much. She's struggling so hard. She's so young, but she's so mature, and like I'm really rooting for her. She's like a nice, normal, sensible girl, like who is not taking sides. She's like speaking up for whatever she feels
and
right.
She's speaking facts. Yeah,
she's
like,
speaking facts.
She's whatever she agrees with is like what I feel like she's super tight with like Macy. Like that's her girl.
And I love Macy.
That was really sad. Yeah, the therapy session was really sad, and like I am like her. Like I don't like talk therapy. I've tried it before. Like I just get very uncomfortable. Like I'm not the type of like verbal communicator like that. And so when like the therapist was like, believe it or not on this podcast, when the therapist was like, pretend like I am the person who abused you. Like, what would you say? And like, she got like so uncomfortable. I was like, oh my God, like I feel that. Like I wouldn't be able to do that. I would just shut down completely. But that therapist was incredible because she started acting like she was Michaela. I know. Speaking to the abuser.
Like giving her a
Michaela,
script a little bit.
Yeah. And then she was like able to do it a little more and like feel comfortable. I thought that was great. But yeah, I really
very sad. Yeah. I am excited and scared to see the rest of the season. I actually am shocked that they put every episode at once because you can't, personally, I can't binge this whole show. There's too much to take in. The first 2 episodes, I was like, oh my God.
They're long.
They're like an hour long, so it's a lot. Like so we'll try to do another
8-minute. Yeah,
we'll try to do another 2 or 3 for next week. The last thing I wanted to say though was that before they all got this money from the show, I know they're making ad money from Mom Talk, but is Utah real estate really cheap? Because everybody has a gorgeous house, and they all had a gorgeous house last season, and they're so young.
Yeah,
most of them. They're like,
I think they make a fucking shitload of money for Mom Talk.
For
like, TikTok pays big. Yeah, like,
one of them said
the men don't work; the women bring home the paycheck from.
That's
Mom
what I'm
Talk.
gonna say. I think Michaela said that her husband stopped working because she made from one brand deal what he made in a year.
Yeah,
we need a Mom Talk.
Literally.
I know. Garden Talk.
It's me and you. That's it.
It's me. So true. It. Anything else about Mormon wives? I think those were the big hitters. All right, let's get into our not mad about it. So my not mad about it is the way that it starts is I'm going to sound like such a pick-me, like from a mom, but one of my favorite things to do, shockingly, and I'm sure this will change when my kids get older or when I have more kids, but I love going on lunch dates or breakfast dates, like just me and the 2 boys. Callum loves to people watch. We've been doing it since he was really little. Like,
you just wait. Now the tie's on the move.
Well, I know. Like, I don't know how much longer I have with him. He'll sit in a high chair as long as he's like
used to it. So
busy. Yeah, they're used to it. So I love like doing little lunch dates or breakfast dates with them. And don't get me wrong, like the clock is ticking. Like we sit down. We gotta go. There's only so much time.
We're getting the check when we get the meal. Like we order, bring the check.
No, I either have my card or cash out like ASAP. But what I was going to say, one thing I'm not mad about, if anybody has a toddler and you haven't heard or seen any of these yet, Magnetiles makes a mini set that you can bring on the go. I keep it in my bag 24/7.
Genius.
It's like 24, 25 pieces of tiny little Magnetiles, like the size of like a quarter or like a silver dollar.
Don't make it sound like a choking hazard.
No, it's not. Like I wouldn't give them to Ty, but my almost
Yeah.
2.5-year-old is obsessed with them. These keep him busy. Like, oh, we're going to the doctor's office, mini magnetiles.
Easy.
We're going to lunch,
Yep.
magnetiles. I have them on deck at all times.
Great idea.
And the case that they come in is like aluminum or whatever, so
You
you
can
don't
build
lose
on
the
it.
pieces. Like, you open the case of the magnetiles,
And
they
they're
don't just
there.
fall out.
They're
Yeah.
magnetic.
Yeah, they stick to it, but it's so genius. It's not like
Yeah,
a little
so
Ziploc
smart.
baggie. It's so smart. So if you have not seen or heard of mini magnetiles, you need to get a set. I think they're like $20, worth every
Slay.
$20. Such a
Thanks,
slay.
Brie.
Not mad about those.
Great idea.
Yeah.
We aren't brave enough to really venture out. We have 3 children, and
Yeah.
it's difficult. So yeah. I
That's
would
just
need
as the
several
influencers say. That's just the season we're in right now.
Yep, it is. That
Yeah,
is.
I'm sure it'll change. I'm enjoying it while we're here, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for sharing, Brie Lee. 33.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Send me your
Okay.
ads.
My not mad about it, and I'm actually a little offended that
Okay.
we don't have the same one, is that I'm seeing my best girlfriend next weekend. Me, Brie, and our other bestie, Sarah, are all reuniting in New York next weekend with all of the kids. So it's just going to be a kid fest. Sarah has 3, I have 3, Brie has 2. Brie catch
Crazy.
up. It's a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
But we're all going to get back together, and it's so exciting. And we'll have our other bestie, Renee. She has 2 kids, too.
I can't wait.
I am so excited.
I know. So look
That's
forward to
not
maybe
it.
some talks and like maybe some, but probably
yeah,
not
some
because we'll
mom
be
talks.
distracted. Just like,
No, we have to.
we have to make a mom talk. Oh my God, that's so funny. Not mad about mom talks. But on that note, Maddies, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If it's a little choppy, it's because we had a lot of children interruptions.
Yeah.
Like we always say, we're doing our best. We appreciate
for
you
sticking with
guys.
us,
Yeah,
if you
thank you
made
for
it this
sticking
far.
with us. If you like the episode, send it to a friend, send it to multiple friends, all your buddies, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Love ya.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.